Hey everyone, it's me Chris from Body Nova Fitness Coaching, and I'm here to talk about the effective fat loss strategies here. I tend to talk about a lot of the mistakes that people make, in hopes that, a lot of people don't even understand that they're making them or why they're making them or why it's important. But at the same time, it's some negative stuff. So let's talk about stuff that you can do, to help you get your fat loss or your weight loss going. So with that in mind, strategy to use number one is make your hit legit. Okay, so people, high intensity interval training has become a buzzword. People use it they use it way too often to make it seem like they're on the in crowd. So now you're doing activities that people do when they do hit, but they're not high intensity. And that goes with some of the plyometric things and some of the body weight deals, and you'll see the people demonstrating them, and it's easy when they're demonstrating them, and that's fine, for you to get the full idea of how to do them, but in order for your hit to be legit, in order for it to actually be of high intensity, and for you to get the benefits that people get from high intensity stuff, it's not going to be easy. So, if you're in there with makeup, or your hair did right, or certain things like that, or you're in there with fly clothes and thinking you're going to leave fly, if your hit is legit, you really shouldn't. Because your heart rate has to get a certain range to make all that magic happen. And if you don't cross over into that range, it's just all those benefits are gone, and you're just doing regular low intensity activity, like walking on a treadmill versus sprinting on a treadmill, like really sprinting on a treadmill. So it's things like that, and you want to really make sure that you're making that intensity high enough to get you all the benefits. Because again, if you're short on time for when you're exercising, you can you can get a good workout in less time and get more benefit, and that's where some of the benefits of HIIT comes in. I can expand on that if you like me to, but I kind of wanted to keep this under 15 minutes. So make your hit legit. So that goes on to number two, stay intense. All right. So when, of course, we start exercising, in something intense could be just moving or just doing it. Okay. But as you become more fit, it gets more, you have to work harder. You can't stay at that same zone that you were when you just started working out, or you're not going to benefit. Your body has no reason to change. Remember, it's on a system that it's only going to give you what you work for. So you have to make yourself uncomfortable, so your body works to make you comfortable at working at that level, then just for you to make it uncomfortable again. So you'll keep getting that progress. So when you stay intense, okay, you get all the physiology that happens, fat burning hormones, your body releases more fat, but also you get a boost in metabolism. So after you work out, your body is burning extra calories up to 48 hours after you work out. So in the grand scheme of things, remember, fat loss is calories in, calories out. So if your calories expended is greater than the amount of calories from the food that you eat, you lose weight. Okay, so keep that in mind. You want to stay intense, so you keep that rate of calorie burn up, and then you get the extra gifts from fat burning hormones there. So number three, this goes with the first two. Don't run from it, run to it. And that's basically, your exercise should be a challenge. You should be working to maintain a certain standard, whether that's heart rate. You should be working to get as many reps at that weight as possible. Either, you should be working longer or with less rest, some sort of way that you should be challenged by your workouts. Okay, and there's a lot of different ways. It's called, the concept's called progressive overload. I've done a lot of videos on that. I can expand on it or send you the links to videos. But there's some sort of way that you have to progressively overload, and you can't be one of those people that run from it. Okay, if you run from it, good luck. Okay, you have to embrace it and run to it. All right, so however that you can keep your workouts challenging, with that align with your goals, run towards that. All right. Now, next one is track your nutrition, because what a lot of people do is they're just eating, and they have no idea, they have no concept of how much food that they're eating. They have no concept of how much calories that they're eating. So, one, if their problem arises, they can't fix it. And then two, a problem is going to arise anyway, because let's say you were eating 3,000 calories and you cut to 2,500. All right, you lose some good weight. Do you actually think that you're going to be able to continue to lose weight at 2,500 calories a day? Eventually, you're going to need to drop it again. But see, this thing is, if you're not tracking in some sort of way, if you don't know where you're at, it's going to be hard for you to fix your nutrition. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. And of course, you can always exercise more, but for most of us, there's a limit to how much we can exercise. So, at one point, it will be, okay, this month I'll exercise more, plateau comes, next month I got to drop some calories, but I need to know where I'm at so I can fix that. So tracking your nutrition is going to become really important, all right? Next, increase your ability to do work. Again, we're going right to that don't run from it thing, but, and a progressive overload thing. But basically, when you cut fitness down to the very basics, it's your ability to do work. Okay, so the more work, the better that you are at doing more work, or either whether that's by lifting the same weight more times, or lifting more weight, for the same reps. Resting less, so within the same period you can get more work in. That's a way to challenge your body. So with some sort of way to challenge your body and run towards that challenge, that's going to help you. Having that in mind and creating ways that you can do that with your fitness, that's going to help you continue to make progress and keep your body releasing body fat, or burning more calories so you can release more body fat. So it's something else that you want to think about. All right. So last one, 6, this is the last one. There's 2 more, is rotate your strategies. Okay. Sometimes, if you're going for fat loss and it's an endurance sort of thing, you can go longer. Okay. Or you can try to get more work done in the same. Again, I'm right back to that same concept. So let's say I got a weight and I lift a weight 25 times. Okay. And let's say it's 100 pounds. All right, 25 times. I'm going to burn X amount of calories. I'm going to create X amount of fat loss effect. Okay, well, do I still keep doing that same weight 25 times forever? No. Okay, so I got to change my strategy. Eventually, I might need to get stronger so that maybe I can lift 120 pounds for 25 reps, causing me to burn more calories. Okay, but that won't be the key to your success forever. So whatever strategy you have, it's not going to be the key to your success forever. So you want to change that strategy, and you want to change that strategy in a way that will keep you progressing towards your goal. One of the most common mistakes, and I talk about this, the muscle gain deal, is where people were done cutting for the year, and they would say, hey, you know what? I'm going to put on muscle. So they go to put on muscle, instead of lifting 10 and 12 reps, they're going to lift 4 to 6 reps are really heavy. Okay. But let's say 3 sets of 10 to 12, that's 30 to 36 reps. So they'll do 3 or even 4 sets of 4 to 6. That's what, 16 to 24 reps. So you've done less reps work. So you might have to add some more sets to make up for that, and so you're rotating the different ways that you get in there, but you're also keeping in mind that I have a threshold of work that I need to get done in order for me to keep my fat loss ball rolling. Okay, so you want to rotate. Think of what strategies to use. So in this case, instead of using 4 to 6, especially if they're normal people, normal working people, and not trying to be the biggest beast on the planet, they might use 6 to 8. You know, because 6 to 8 reps, that can go towards strength. You know, or depending on how you set up your tempo and your rest periods, that can go towards strength, or that can go towards building muscle. So you're walking a fine line. So you can build more muscle with 6 to 8, maybe even increase your strength. A lot of times I use the 5% solution, Poliquin's 5% solution, and that's a great program. If you want me to talk about that, send me a message. I'll make a video on that and how I used it, to make things happen. All right. So with the next one, all right, and you hear me talk about this a lot. It's extended sets. All right. One of the areas I think that we have to go and research is when they look at workouts. Okay, this is a whole body workout, boom, and this is a body part workout, boom. But what they don't do is compare supersets. So like if I do bicep curls and barbell curls and incline curls, 5 sets barbell curls, 5 sets incline curls versus incline curl and barbell curl with no rest as a superset. Is that going to have the same effect? No. Okay, but the research has yet to walk far enough down that path, to discover that. So with that being said, that the supersets, triceps, giant sets, drop sets, those are all types of extended sets. So when you're looking at research on some different types of extended sets, you're seeing that, it's greater for fat loss. It's greater for burning calories. Some of those benefits where metabolism boosted after the workout, that's where you're going from. So you can create bigger disturbances, that will force your body to give you what you want when you do extended sets. Again, I can touch on that more, but I've talked about that a lot. And I even have different extended sets programs on my site. If you wanted some examples, my membership website. All right, so in the last, you're going to start hearing more about this. It's NEAT, and NEAT stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So basically, how I'm here, if I'm basically sitting like this is my normal, no activity, or just maybe I'm writing or something like that. Okay, that's not activities, but maybe instead of sitting, if I'm sitting at what they call one of those desks where you're kind of walking on a treadmill, or a standing desk, so I'm upright. So that's more calories being burned, without going to the gym and things like that. Some people take some of the other deals as like, maybe I park my car further, but to me, walking is exercise. Taking the steps, that's exercise. Shivering is a form of NEAT. Okay, so with being winter out here, and you get caught out here, it's 35 degrees, and you don't have enough a heavy enough jacket, you're shivering, you're cold. That's a form of NEAT. Where your body, you're not exercising, but your body's burning more calories. It's costing your body more calories. Actually, I will do a video on NEAT, and I'll put that up. But what they're finding with NEAT is you can find ways to burn more calories outside of your workout. That could be a feather in your cap. And just maybe even stretching is kind of exercise. But a lot of people have bad flexibility, so taking 15 minutes out the day to stretch, that's a way to burn more calories than what you would normally burn. Yeah, I'll do a video on NEAT, and I'll explain that, because that'll be a topic within itself. But these are some of the fat loss strategies that you can use, to help you, burn more body fat, and help you lose the weight that you've been looking to lose.